Again, on the self-inquiry. How you are listening through the mind. Mind is the storehouse of all our experiences. Good, bad, high, low. It is the mind that experiences reaction, anxiety, stress, duality, conflict, pleasure, peace, happiness, whatever the name you say, relationship, soulmate, sensuality, good, bad, high, low. This mind experiences. It is the experience. Mind is the storehouse of all the experiences. But mind is my instrument. I am not the mind. We intellectually understand, but we forget it. When we forget, you are crazy, I don't want to live with you. This is also the experiences happening in the mind. You are wonderful. Wish I would be with you all the time. This is also a mind. This is also the mind. We forget that I am not the mind. So when I forget I am not the mind, then mind carries forward its journey. You are my soulmate. I met just now. Then there is a sensuality, instinctive and impulsive desires, and that forgetfulness that I am not the mind. I start living in ignorance, and ignorance causes the endless suffering. You follow any path, whether you react to someone or you are detached or you are attached. Attachment in the beginning hides the pain, and if you hides, pain hides behind the pleasure. And if you react to someone, you fight with someone, you have sense of anxiety, and then you come back and you keep on thinking negatively about that person or a situation. And after a few days, the mind calms down and mind says, why, what the heck you have done? You should not have done it. The pain hides the pleasure, pleasure hides the pain. And still I don't recognize it is the mind that is doing. I don't have control over the mind. The mind has started controlling me. This is a clear example of our ignorance and suffering. Intellectually, I know mind is my instrument, I'm not the mind. Car is your instrument, it is not you, so you don't hit the car to a tree or to a pole. But we hit our mind all the time, 24/7. And we claim we are extremely intelligent. I'm intelligent. You look at this person, he is so crazy. I don't recognize that this is also an experience of the mind. Hold on. I need not to say it. Let me hold back. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Only the Eastern wisdom guides you on this path of this self-inquiry. Because mind is the storehouse of all my experiences, I have already listed them. Any experience, any thought, any speech, any action that you took is filled with good, bad, high, low experiences, belongs to the mind. But the problem in the beginning is that I become the mind. And I don't realize it. I don't recognize it. I continue to live in the sense of forgetfulness. Instead of going up, I go down. What is the meaning of going down? Animal nature. Animal nature, impulsive and instinctive nature. That is why we say mind is the root cause of suffering. Root cause. But again, if we remember, mind is an instrument. I must take over the mind, instead, the mind takes over me. Mind is the root cause of our suffering. So we have to extract and understand and reflect upon the mind. Yeah, it is the mind that gives me the understanding, the process. It is the mind that helps me to live in relationship. It is the same mind that helps me to progress. It is the same mind that helps me to earn money. It is the same mind that makes me extremely selfish. It is the same mind that makes me having an attitude of selflessness, a giving nature. It is the same mind which develops a giving nature. It is the same mind which has a grabbing nature. Mind is the cause of both, root, cause of the suffering. And mind is also the cause of freedom. If this mind is used as an instrument, like refrigerator, smartphone, car, other gadgets, what I want to do, how best I can do, if I use this mind as an instrument, it brings the freedom. Then you don't have problem in relationship, you don't have challenges in your professional life, you don't have any issue or anxiety in your social, family, personal, professional, and so because you are using the mind. Mind is not using you. When the mind uses because of your instinctive and impulsive nature. Mind uses through attachment and detachment. Mind uses through the binding desire. Mind uses through the ego. Mind uses through the pride. Mind uses through the jealousy. But we feel we are great people, we are extra intelligent people. If he is wrong, then I must prove that he is wrong. What I will get? Give me three benefits. I'm not I'm not talking about those people in the society or politics. This is the journey of a self-inquiry, not others' inquiry. If others are doing like this, that is why I have a stress. Oh, that is why you have a stress, because others are doing it. That is another escape route that we take. Did I tell you one gentleman saying that I have never found the entire world is so crazy? I have never found any person who is wonderful. I asked him, "Are you talking about me?" No, 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 no. I'm learning. I'm learning from you. How can I tell? I said, "What does it mean?" It is your mind. It is your mind. Mind has changed the course. Look at it. Mind is the cheater. Mind is the deceiver. Mind is the grabber. And if we change this mind, How can animals change the mind? Answer is big no. The tiger remains the tiger throughout their life. I've seen the old lion. They are not able to fight, maintain their supremacy in their herd, in their pride. So what they do, they still fight because they don't have any option. They don't recognize that, they don't assess their power. That is instinctive and impulsive nature. And because of that nature, they do harm to themselves. I was looking at the Discovery Animal Planet channel that the old lion was defeated, he was hurt, he is living alone. Now he cannot catch the prey, but he lives near the pride. When anything is left, he will go and eat. That is what happens to all of us. I can bet you. We fight, we are crazy, we have hatred, and we have jealousy. And then, no, I have stopped talking to that guy. Really? You are great. You have stopped talking to a person. It is a problem in my head. It is not the problem outside. And now you can think of that we change our behavior and attitude and we become impulsive. No, I don't want to talk to that guy. Really, you are a divine being, who stopped talking to someone. We do it at home. What to talk about in the society? Mind. Mind, you may be remembering those situations and events where you reacted and you harmed yourself. Grabbing nature, deceiving, exploiting, reacting, anxiety, all these nature present in the mind harms me. This is our master is saying. That is why our master says we have to listen and learn these principles. First step, we have to do the repeat listening to contemplate and reflect. Why contemplate and reflect? One, intellectual understanding is the first step, but when you do the repeat listening, you recognize where is the problem in the mind. You recognize that where are the shortcomings. I will stop the attitude of the grabbing and anxiety. There is no reason to be anxious. You realize that. And then you do the practice. Meditation then always successful. Otherwise, meditation is not successful. We may feel calmness. You only want calmness. In our great country, we have hundreds of means to induce calmness. Majority of the states have allowed now marijuana is free. Calmness. So calmness is the beginning of a meditation. What happens? You separate the mind completely internally, intellectually, living in a present moment that now mind is my instrument. That is the meaning of living in a moment. So when you live in a moment, mind is your instrument. Like smartphone, you have total control over it. You can just put on an aeroplane mode or silent mode during the session. It is under your total control. Same way the mind is under your total control. You pay 100% attention. You are 100% available in a session. That is the definition of a seeker. Mind is 100% available to listen to this knowledge. Not I am passing on this knowledge, our masters. And when when mind, you take over the mind. Mind is always 100% available wherever you go. When you are talking, mind does not have the duality and a conflict. Understand? Pay attention what I'm saying. Mind is 100% available to you. You are talking to someone. Yesterday he fought with you, but now the mind is 100% available. You don't have any ill will against that person. That is the meaning of mind is 100% available. That is the meaning of living in a moment. No, I live in a moment, but he is crazy guy. You have destroyed everything. Yeah, it is so subtle. It is so beautiful journey that Eastern wisdom leads to the self. What do we mean by self-discovery? That I am not the mind in the body. I am the pure consciousness. I am the real self of the nature of peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. So when I recognize, I live into that experience, what happens? You have a critical evaluation of some person. You can say this beer guy doesn't teach me what I expect. Yes, it's a critical evaluation. You have a right to criticize. But to behind that criticism, if I have a jealousy, I have an attachment, I have a binding desire, that is where the mind controls me. Car travels thousands of miles. Plane travels thousands of miles. They don't keep a grudge. I have traveled there. I'm not going to travel there on that road again. No plane says that. And we say every day. Come on, we say every day. I love you, honey, so much I can't figure out in the morning. In the afternoon, you created so much problem to me. In the afternoon. In the evening, you say enough is enough. In the night, you have a disturbed sleep and you wake up in the next morning. It is the mind. It is not any other person. It is my perception. It is my experience. So what I experience in the world outside, the way I experience the mirage water. So I experience the same mirage water, soulmate in the morning. I forget what I said in the afternoon. In the afternoon, you create so many problems, the same mirage water. In the evening, enough is enough, the same mirage water. Color has changed. And the night I sleep with the sleep disturbances. I wake up in the morning and again I'm sad, I have the anxiety. This is the life we have been living days, weeks, months, and years until today. And we claim we are wise. We are full of wisdom. Master is pointing us. Master is hinting us. So by listening and learning, contemplation and reflection, and the regular practice helps me to transform the mind. But can I do without mind? No. Mind is a necessary evil. Can I walk with the one leg? Yes, I can walk, but I need two legs. It's a necessity. So mind, I need the mind, but I need pure mind. That is what I have been talking about. I need a pure mind. I need the mind that is pure, that is receptive, that is open to the higher consciousness, not going down into the lower consciousness as I just talked about, animal nature. Think. If you do not think after listening, it will not work. It will not. Until you have to think. Why we have to think? You see, I answer each and every question. Why we have to think. That is the beauty of the Eastern wisdom. It has nothing to do with religion, dogma, belief, complaint. No. In all the religions, the preacher, we say he's a preacher. We say, I don't want to use the word pope, priest, preacher. And there is a teacher of the Eastern wisdom. There is a big difference between the two. In Eastern wisdom, we say the teacher is a guru. Guru symbolically means who helps you by cause and effect, by giving you the reasons, explaining you each and everything to understand the journey of the self-discovery. That is the role of a guru. Guru means he has to remove the ignorance in their students. And what the preacher does? Preacher says, there is a heaven, I will take you to heaven. Can you show me heaven? The preacher says, you are going against me, follow the religion. They don't explain. Give me any religion where you have a right explanation. What do you mean by right explanation? Where you can perceive, where you can experience. Have you ever experienced hell and heaven? So preacher does not define, explain, inspire you to reflect. That is why people have almost either they say I'm religious or spiritual. They use different words, but they don't have a clear understanding. But they are frustrated with all kinds of cult, dogma, belief, and religion. And on the other side, there are some group of people who become fanatic. That is also there. So here there is no fanaticism. There is no preaching. We explain each and every aspect. We give you the cause and effect. We make your intellect understand. So I was talking about the intellect. Now I'm bringing the intellect here. There are very subtle principles. We have to group them together. So that is what every session I do. So why we have to think? Why we have to do the repeat listening? First reason. The mind is dictated by the intellect. No, sorry. Intellect is dictated by the impulsive and instinctive mind. By repeat listening, the intellect can remove the diktat of the mind. What does that mean? Simple example. You don't like a particular habit of your honey at your home. Your mind has created a reaction. The impressions are stored, and now the intellect follows it. When your honey does the same thing, your intellect comes with a great thrust and a power, and you create the hell in your life. That is the meaning. The intellect is dictated by the mind. So why to do the repeat listening? Answer is when you do the repeat listening, you recognize the intellect is being dictated by the negativity of the mind. When you do the practice, that doubt is removed from your intellect. and your mind then is purified. Very logical. Very logical. We understand each and every aspect of the mind and the intellect and the ego. I think a couple of sessions before I said the mind has four parts, functional part. Mind and the memory, two part, intellect and I thought, which is an ego. Now the mind and the memory hijacks the intellect, it builds the ego, and the ego starts blaming, complaining, reacting to the world. I have to drop this hijacking. I have to take over this. Can it happen in a day? No. Can you simply say that I have understood it? You have understood today. Just after the session, your mind will start behaving and acting in the same way. There is no change. That is why we have to do the repeat listening, understanding. I have to understand with reference to my experiences. He had been suffering from anxiety almost. Doctor says chronic anxiety. After 6 months, any illness continues, then we say it is a chronic condition. But then it has become 3 years. This guy came to me and he said, this is what the doctor says. I said, go to your doctor and ask him, if it is over 6 months, do you have another label of my conditions of anxiety? After 6 months, any disease becomes chronic if it continues. What happens after 3 years? I don't want to name that doctor. So now you have PTSD. There are many divisions of anxiety. Unnecessary. Almost over 6 months. I said you should be committed. He was committed, but after 6 months he recognized that anxiety is an experience in the mind. I am not the mind. Where is your anxiety now? I thought identifies with condition. I thought identifies with the mirage water. You will run after the mirage water. I thought identifies you were soulmate, but now enough is enough. Let me take a divorce. Take a divorce, it is on the paper. What will happen to this mind? Can you divorce your mind? Eastern wisdom teaches you have to divorce your mind. First you divorce your mind, then sign the divorce paper. You'll forget it. You will laugh at it. We have a realization. We have a cognition. We have a recognition, and modern psychology uses typical words, so that a lot of people do not understand. Cognition is a recognition. A recognition of the mind that anxiety was playing with me. And anxiety lives in the mind, but I'm not the mind. I'm free from it. It became totally free. He spent around $10,000 to $15,000 on investigations. We will find out which part of the brain and which amygdala or the frontal part of the brain has these. There are issues which can modern psychology help you to solve. Think. Think means thinking is the ability of an intellect. The moment you start thinking, it is a conscious thinking. The moment you think consciously, you get rid of lack of thinking. What is lack of thinking? Impulsive and instinctive mind. What is that lack of thinking? Lack of thinking does not mean that you have stopped thinking. That lack of thinking means that this guy is crazy, that guy is reactive, I don't want to talk to this guy, I have an anxiety, I have a disturbed sleep. This is what the lack of. I don't want to solve the problem. Anyhow, you all are great, you want to solve the problem. So close your eyes and close your eyes and find the place, position, and posture. Place, position, and the posture. Let us do it. We have understood. We are clear. So obviously that is one reason the meditation is successful. That is what we need to do on our own. So, place, position, and posture. Be aware of the place, position, and the posture. And then being comfortable. Being comfortable. Comfortable, I told you, what is that? Mind, without the mind we cannot do anything. But what we said, okay, what we look at the neck joint. When I say look at the neck joint, means what? Looking, knowing, feeling the neck joint. All are the properties of the mind. All are the properties of the mind. So, what happens when you look, when you feel, when you experience? It is the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. So we experience by the change of direction, the mind moves into the mode of experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Can't we learn from this? This 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 step? What is that? Just look, feel, know, or if I use the word be aware of the shoulder joints, and then experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Then we explore. It is the change of direction of the mind. Leads me instantly the experience of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Say you are reacting in a situation and you recall to change the direction of the mind. And you change the direction of the mind. The next moment you are comfortable. I can bet you, if you have not tried it, you are not only comfortable with an experience of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. At that time, the intellect is free from the diktat of mind and says, I am okay. I need not to react. People may be surprised, but it does not affect you. We have to reach to that state. Then you can say that you are my students and you have done your part. So just we check again what we check. Check the place, position, and posture of the body. Check experience of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Check the mind is wandering inside. Wandering inside is okay. What it means? It keeps moving inside in the darkness or emptiness or blankness. All are okay. In that state, you look inside the forehead, in the space, in the darkness, and start breathing long, deep, and hissing breath both into the belly and the chest. How do you know you are breathing into the belly and the chest? You expand your belly, follows the chest expansion during inhalation, and you squeeze the belly and the rib cage during exhalation. That is how you understand long, deep, and the hissing breath into both the belly and the chest. Continue, do not stop in the middle. Now we counter the mind, crazy, that is crazy, which says, I cannot do. I cannot do. That is, you see, what we discussed. I becomes the mind. And then the mind says, I cannot do it. The rule of the intellect comes, you counter, no, you should do it. You should do it, and then say, within you are not the mind. It is an experience of the mind. And you continue long, deep in the hissing breath. That is one approach of our journey into a deeper meditation. Continue. Then what does mind plays with you? You start breathing slowly or you stop it and your mind feels exhaustion. It gives you an experience of an exhaustion like a mirror's water. And then you have a lot of thought, a lot of challenges mind gives. Mind does not want to leave its nature. Continue, deep, long, hissing breath. And now stop breathing. Allow the breath to go to normal pattern. But how do you know the normal pattern? By intellect. Watch the normal breathing experience and experience the sensation of relaxation, freshness, calmness. Normally, the long, deep, and the hissing breath, both into the belly and the rib cage, even for 2 to 3 minutes, increases the oxygen concentration and that into the brain, which brings unusual sensations, and it also helps us to refresh. Looking at the breath, first look at the breath. Look means you experience, you feel the breath going in and out. Do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. I'll tell you why I say now. Breath is happening. You are doing nothing. The breath flows on its own. At the same time, experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Experience the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Check the mode and the mood of the mind. That is what we did last time. I'm repeating with little advance. Mood of the mind. Mode. What is the mode? Mode, you feel relaxed and calm and you have a stillness. But the mood of the mind follows the mode. I'm relaxed. There is a sensation, relaxation, and steadiness is there. You recognize everything is happening. Everything is happening. What do you mean by the happening? You are watching, feeling, and knowing the breath is going in, coming out, as if your breath is on a cruise, the car on a cruise. The other cars, other thoughts are there, let them be there. So the moment you feel that separation of the thoughts, that is what we need to experience and recognize, that I am not the mind. And in that state, when the breath goes in, you feel drop mentally Shantoham. Breath comes out Shantoham. And whenever you say Shantoham, your mind perceives the infinite space with every mantra. How come it is possible? Yes, when I say Sophie, so I look at the Sophie, I don't look at the Charlie. Same way, when you say Shantoham, you look at the space. Don't allow the mind to be busy in other thoughts. Very subtle, but very powerful. With every breath going in, Shanto hum and space. You recognize the infinite space that is Shanto hum. I am the peace. Literally, it means peace. Several masters says the peace is like an infinite space. Mind reflects that space when you go on vacation to a beach. That space is reflected, gives you the peace. Beach has to do nothing. Now drop the mantra, but continue to watch, feel, and experience the flow of the breath. Behind the flow of the breath, there is a calmness. Calmness, and it changes the mood of the mind, even if you have thoughts are going and coming. You feel free from them and independent. And now I will chant the Shanti mantra, and you do it mentally with me. Mentally, you are doing it. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. One more time. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your Buddha palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. I'll share our experiences. How are you, Sophie?
I'm good, Girish. Yeah, my head was going down, but I yeah, I had these like little movies coming in, and I guess that's a form of thought. But I was not attached to it. I didn't go with the story, so let it run its course and stay away from. I mean,
Yeah,
just
that is good. You are not carried away by any of these thoughts, and that is how the mind learns with the intervention of the intellect plus the practice. We recognize now I'm not getting carried away by these thoughts. So that is basically a sense of achievement. How are you, John?
thank you.
Hey, Girish, I'm fine. I think I basically divorced my mind, so that was good.
Very good. And that might have led to the calmness and the peace. And if we live in that state of divorce to the crazy mind, we have achieved what we want to achieve in our life. But we have a long way to go. How are you, Charlie?
I'm good. My mind was very busy, but I was watching it. I was aware of it. Um, I didn't go quiet, but I didn't get, like you were talking about with Sophie, I didn't get carried away with it. But it was constantly chattering to me.
But you were not carried away by them.
No.
That is good. Yes. So that is the tactics of the mind. Mind does not want to leave that area of domination. And by regular practice, these occurrence of these thoughts minimized, and ultimately it leaves us. That is good. How are you, Mead?
My mind was very busy at the beginning, but I continued the practice and it, it decided to become quiet by
Good,
the end.
good. Yes,
Oh,
that should happen all the time, 24 by 7. In the beginning, mind was not quiet. At a later stage, the mind became quiet. Now again, how long it remains quiet? When we forget that state of the mind, our mind changes, and again the same impulsive and instinctive thought takes control of us. That is good. Yes, you calm down. We will meet again. Thank you.
mm.